my name's Gabe Zollner. You've got to get on to WND, WorldNet Daily, and take a look at this article. If it's not on when you log on, try to Google it. Hillary Clinton snagged in Benghazi cover-up. Now, if you remember when Hillary Clinton was on the stand under oath, and she was being questioned by Senator Rand Paul, and he asked her if she was aware of any weapons being transited to Turkey, and her response was, Turkey? Turkey? I don't know anything about that. You'd have to talk to some other people that might know. I know nothing about weapons being transited to Turkey. Well, as it turns out, she was lying. Not only did she know about the transfer of weapons, she, according to this article on WND, was responsible for orchestrating it and initiating it initially. Now, none of that really surprises me, and the reason that is Bashar al-Assad belongs to one of the Shiite sub-tribes, and I believe that Huma Abedin belongs to the Sunni, as does, I believe, Barack Hussein Obama. And they don't like each other. Now, I've said this in numerous videos, and if you haven't seen any of those, you might want to go take a look at some of those, because I make reference to Benghazi. But anyway, what's going on here is that the Muslim countries, for whatever reason, they were all controlled by the Shiite. But the majority of Muslims living in those countries are Sunni. So the minority controls the majority. And Obama has changed that wherever he's sort of, made sure that there was a change of regime, like he did in Egypt and like he did in Libya. Gaddafi was also belonging to one of the sub-tribes of the Shiites. And again, the majority of people in Libya are from the Sunni tribe. It gets a little complex, and it actually gets convoluted, because you wonder if they're, for example, Al-Qaeda, they're Sunni. So you wonder why Obama's whacking them. Well, because they have subsects within the Sunnis and the Shiites. And none of them like each other, It's really that simple. They have their own belief of the interpretation of the Prophet Muhammad. And that's what's going on here. But anyway, so now Hillary should be held for trial. Why? Because she perjures herself. She was asked point blank by Senator Rand Paul if she was aware of any transfer of weapons to Turkey. And she goes, Turkey? No one's asked me that about Turkey. I don't know anything about that. Well, not only did she know about the weapon transfer, she was somewhat instrumental in putting the plans together to bring that about. And I think the reason that is that Huma Abedin probably has converted Hillary, and she's probably a devout Muslim as well now, and she's probably on the Sunni side, so she'll do anything she can to help to get rid of the Shiite. Pretty crazy stuff, isn't it? Yeah, I know, it's nuts. But anyway, that's what I think it is. Now, Lindsey Graham, I guess after he spoke with some of the survivors, he said that the ambassador, Chris Stevens, was there to make certain that none of the weapons caches got in the hands of the rebels. Really? Lindsay, wake up, have a cup of coffee, you're not with it. Anyway, Hillary needs to be held. She needs to be arrested, that's what she does, because now she's no longer Secretary of State. She needs to be arrested, and she needs to be tried. The problem is, who's going to arrest her and who's going to try her? The less than Honorable Eric Holder, the Attorney General, he's not going to do anything. So we're probably going to catch 22. What we need is an honest federal judge. And if there is one, he'll put together an arrest warrant, and she'll be arrested, as she should be. She committed perjury. Okay, now when Billy Bob committed perjury, he was president, so he was held. And when I say held, they went ahead and they impeached him. But he slid his way out of that. You know what I mean? She can't slide her way out of this. People have been slaughtered by the thousands. We also know that the weapons were being transferred for well over a year. Yeah, well over a year. And we're not talking about, a couple of AK-47s. We're talking ship loads. I'm talking like boat ships, big ships, with the big holes in them. Yeah, those kind of ships. And airplanes. Yeah, they ship thousands and thousands and tons by airplane. And the whole idea, again, is to get rid of Bashar al-Assad because he, again, is of the Shiite subsect. Pretty crazy. And what Obama wants is he wants that entire Middle East controlled by the Sunni, the Muslim Brotherhood, and implementation of what kind of law? Sharia law. Yeah, that's what he wants. Yeah, pretty crazy stuff. What's even more crazy is that we don't have one single member of Congress that'll honor their oath. There's not one. Pretty amazing, isn't it? Well, here's how I see it. If Obama gets proven to be ineligible, and if he gets removed, and hopefully he'll get arrested, and hopefully he'll be tried for high treason, as will all of his co-conspirators, then what also has to happen is that the Senate and the House of Representatives have to be flushed. I'm talking about flushed. Every single one of them. All right? And you know what? I mean, I know Ted Cruz is a nice guy, and he's done some good, but he hasn't done enough good, because he also didn't get up on the Senate floor and demand that Obama release his records. Nobody has. So I'm under the inclination that they all need to get flushed. Pooh! Clean house. And then the new guys and gals that get elected do so for no more than 2 terms, and they can't cross-pollinate. They can't do what that Flake did, you know, spent, 10 years as a congressman, and finally he got the golden ring, and he became a senator. They can't do that. They can go 2 terms, all right? You want to be a senator? Great. You get elected again? Great. That's it. Fate complete. You have the same benefits that the American slabs that put you there have. You have the same health care plan. You're subjected to the same laws. And we demand that any new senator that goes and is expected to vote on a bill, we demand that they understand what the bill contains. And how we determine that is we test them. Yeah, there'll be a committee set up. Well, I don't know if that's going to work because, you know, there's payola under. But anyway, we'll try it that way. There'll be a committee set up. They'll be given a questionnaire after they've had ample time to review the bill. When they say that they're comfortable having complete knowledge of what the bill contains, then they'll be given the test. If they pass the test, they can vote on the bill. If they don't, hasta la vista. That's how it has to work. You know, because nobody reads these bills. Senator Rand Paul, he came up and you can Google this. He held up 600 pages. Said nobody reads these. We just pass bills. Anyway, I'm hoping that Hillary gets arrested. She's got to do something with those bags under her eyes, too, because if you look at the picture that WND posted, I mean, she looks like she's got suitcases under her eyes. Anyway, it isn't fair to make fun of somebody so ugly, but hey, I can't help it. She's a liar. Her husband's a liar. These people have done incredible damage to this country for 20 years, and they're still doing it. And then we got John Kerry as a new Secretary of State. Well, anyway, if Obama gets flushed, all of those boys will get flushed with him. And hopefully they'll be tried and punished the same way that Obama is tried and punished, as they should be. Anyway, this little clip sort of rambled a little bit, and I apologize for that, but I'm just so frustrated with these people lying for as long as they have and haven't gotten away with it. She can't get away with this. We have her on tape. And they really screwed the pooch when they went ahead and tried to cover it up for, what, 2 weeks? Had a video in California. Yeah. And what did Hillary say? What did she say? She said, you know, that Islam is a peaceful and loving religion. That by itself tells her she's nuts. And she needs to be arrested and tried. Yeah, for perjury.